Hello everyone, next come to the relation between gamma and beta function. It's a very important question. They'll ask for 5 marks. It's a very important repeated question. Okay, this question will be more important. You will practice first this theorem. That is the relation between, they'll ask for show that the relation between gamma and beta function. What is the statement? See here statement to show that beta of mn is equal to gamma m into gamma n divided by gamma of m plus n with condition mn strictly greater than 0. See here it may be take gamma in this form or gamma square root in the form or gamma simply gamma, you know that gamma. Okay, this is the beta. You take any one of the, it's your choice. Okay, let's see the proof of the derivation to show that to show that beta of mn is equal to gamma m into gamma n divided by gamma m plus n. Okay, see here what is the gamma definition. Gamma of n is a integration 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus x dx with the condition n strictly greater than 0. Then what is the beta? Here I am using for a beta definition, I am not using the definition, I am using the property, that is the third property beta of mn. I will explain in last. Okay, first see gamma. See here gamma of n is what? You know the definition. Here I am putting as a x equal to taking as a az. Okay, in the converting into z form. That's why I am taking okay, x equal to az. Then differentiate this term, we get a dx is a constant as it is, z is a dz. I am taking in the LHS in the denominator. What we get? Dx by dz equal to a. Okay, then dx equal to a dz. Okay, next see as the variable changes the limit is also changes. Okay, that's why if put x equal to 0, what we get? Z is also 0. If x equal to infinity, we get z equal to infinity. Okay, put this value in the integration. Integration is same 0 to infinity. Put x value az raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus x value is a az, and what is the dx value? Dx value is a into dz. Okay, take first a common. A raised to power here, a raised to n minus 1, here also 1. A, the power is 1. Okay, next z raised to n minus 1, next e raised to a minus az into dz. Okay, see here the a power is n minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1 get cancelled, you get only a raised to n. Remaining z raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus az dz. Okay, see here we have to LHS, it is in the gamma of n, but we want gamma m plus n form. That's why I am taking z putting as a x term. See, it's important. See here we get in the form of integral 0 to infinity a raised to n z raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus az into dz. Okay, here I am taking z as a x term. Then what to get integration? Integral 0 to infinity a raised to n z as a x, that is x raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus ax into dx. Once again putting a as a z. First z as a x and a as a z. Okay, integration 0 to infinity a as a z, taking as a as a, put a equal to z, we get z raised to n x raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus x z into dx. Okay, but we have to want in the form of m plus n. That's why I'm here, it's only n term. That's why I'm taking here multiplying on both sides by z raised to m minus 1 e raised to minus z. Okay, what to multiplying on both sides? Z raised to m minus 1 e raised to minus z. What you get? LHS already gamma is there, then z raised to m minus 1 e raised to minus z, multiplying here integral 0 to infinity z raised to m minus n and multiplying e raised to minus z, the remaining term z raised to n x raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus x z into dx. Okay, let's see next what you get here. This term as it is in integration, see integral 0 to infinity the z power. See here the z power. Here first is the m minus 1 and n. Totally we have a 2 z power, z raised to m minus 1, z raised to n, we get a z raised to m plus n minus 1 and e raised to minus z, e raised to minus x z. Take a z is a common, we get a minus z take a common, we get a 1 plus x. Okay, then remaining x raised to n minus 1 dx as it is. See here, that's the next step. LHS is as it is. Here integration 0 to infinity z raised to m plus n minus 1 and e is a minus zx x raised to n minus 1 dx. Okay. See here, once again I am integrating on both sides with respect to z over the limit 0 to infinity. Okay, because we want gamma m. That's why I am once again this term integrating on both sides with respect to z with the limit 0 to infinity. What you get? Integration 0 to infinity gamma n as it is, z raised to m minus 1 as it is, e raised to minus z is as with respect to, I am integrating with respect to z. That's why I am taking as a dz. See here, already one integration is there. Once again integrate, we get a double integration 0 to infinity z raised to m plus n minus 1 is here, minus z take a common, we get a 1 plus x and x raised to n minus 1 dx is already there. Once with respect to z, that's why I am taking as a dz. Okay, see here, taking gamma n as a constant, take outside, remaining type integration variable is integration 0 to infinity z raised to m minus 1 e raised to minus z into dz. Okay, see here, in the next term integration 0 to infinity z raised to m plus n minus 1. Okay, see here, e raised to, the first term taking interchanging x raised to n minus 1 taking first and e raised to minus z n plus x into dx dz. Okay, see, by definition of gamma, what is gamma n? Gamma n is a integral 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus x into dx. For x I am taking as a z, for n we have a m. Okay, that's why this is the gamma of m. The variable z is not important, the important is the power variable is the important. See here, in the definition of gamma, see here, gamma of n 0 to infinity, you have taken a x raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus x dx. For x I am taking in z and for n it is a m. This is important, the power of the variable is important. For x we have here z raised to m minus 1 e raised to minus z dz. The power is m, that's why it is a gamma of m. We get LHS as a gamma n already there, we get a gamma m. See here, in RHS we have to take x raised to n minus 1, x variable taken outside, remaining term z is the integration. Okay, one integration taking outside, integration 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1 taking outside, one limit is remaining integration, that is taking a integration 0 to infinity z raised to m plus n minus 1 e raised to minus z 1 plus x dz take inside, dx take outside, because this variable taking x variable taking in outside, we have to integrating z variable only. Okay, see here, but we have to get gamma n m, but remaining we have to find out gamma of m plus n. That's why I am taking this term 1 plus x, this whole term z 1 plus x as a taking another variable as a y. Okay, see here, put z into 1 plus x equal to y. Okay, then differentiate z as a dz. See here, I am taking x as a outside, then that form is a x as a considered as a constant for this integration. That's why z n plus 1 x equal to y. In differentiate, we get a z as a dz. 1 plus x is a constant with the multiply with the variable, that's why I am taking as it is, and y differentiation is a dy. Okay, then what you get, dz equal to dy divided by 1 plus x. Okay, if you change the variable, you know the limit also change, put z equal to 0, y equal to 0 and z equal to infinity, y equal to infinity. Okay, then this dz equal to dy divided by 1 plus x, then what is the z value? Integrate z, dy is a y, the constant as it is 1 plus x. This value put in this integration. What you get? Integration 0 to infinity, this is as it is, x is a constant, x is to n minus 1 as it is, remaining term in this integral. Integration 0 to infinity, z as a y divided by 1 plus x, y divided by 1 plus x, power is m plus n minus 1, and z n plus x is a y, e raised to minus y. Then what is the dz value? Dz value is the divided by 1 plus x, remaining dz as it is. Okay, This is as it is, integral 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1. Okay. See here, integral 0 to infinity, I am taking, this is in numerator. This term y, that is the power is m plus n minus 1. This 1 plus x taken in the numerator, we get a power in, it is in the denominator. Taking in the numerator, the power is in negative. That is a 1 plus x plus is a minus m minus n plus 1. Okay. Next, this is this is also 1 plus x in the term in denominator. Taking in the numerator, we get a plus 1 can be taken in the minus 1, and remaining e raised to minus y dy dx. Okay, let's see. And next we get what? This is as it is, integration 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1 as it is, this term. See here, x raised to power of 1 plus x raised to m minus n plus 1, 1 plus x raised to minus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 get cancelled, we get only minus m minus n. Okay, the power is minus. Taking once again denominator, we get a 1 plus x raised to m plus n. Okay, that taking here, that is a integral 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1, integral 0 to infinity y m plus n minus 1 as it is. This is taking denominator 1 plus x raised to m plus n e raised to minus y dy and dx. Okay, this is x term as a constant for this integral. That's why I am taking outside. We get a integration 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1, 1 plus x raised to m plus n. Remaining term is integral 0 to infinity y raised to m plus n minus 1 e raised to minus y dy. Dx is a constant. Take outside. Okay. X raised to n minus 1, this is constant. Taking outside. What is this integration? It is in the form of x raised to n minus 1 e raised to minus x dx. For x, it is a y, and the power is n minus 1 as a n, replacing as a m plus n. That's why it is a gamma of m plus n. Once again, I will repeat. See, in the form of integral 0 to infinity x replacing y, and for n it has a m plus n. Then what we get? Gamma of m plus n into dx. Okay, this take constant in LHS. Remain here also there in LHS already there, gamma m gamma n. This take in LHS, we get a gamma of m plus n. Okay, the remaining, if you take this is in LHS, remaining is what? Integral 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1 divided by 1 plus x raised to m plus n into dx. Using the third property of the beta function, this is the third property. Already I will explain in previous classes. That is the beta of mn equal to integration 0 to infinity x raised to n minus 1 divided by 1 plus x raised to m plus n into dx. Okay. Using the third property of beta function, what you get? This is the beta of mn. Okay. This gamma of m plus n taking the LHS, we get beta of mn is equal to gamma m into gamma n divided by gamma of m plus n. So, this is the proof of the derivation, that is the relation between gamma and beta function. It's a very important question. Okay. If you any doubt, explain, or if you have any doubt, ask in the group, or personally you have to ask. Okay. Thank you.